Hi guys, welcome to another interview of Times with Masters. Today I have a special friend here in Brazil. His name is Victor Damásio and he's how can I say, an amazing expert, a celebrity here in Portugal. Almost like a Hollywood
Portugal,
star.
man.
Oh, sorry. Brazil.
Portugal,
Sorry.
not yet.
Well, Portugal is coming strong. So Victor, thank you very much.
How are you doing, Ricardo?
How are you doing? So, first thing, who is Victor?
Victor. Well,
Yes.
I'm an entrepreneur. I help people how to put their message in the internet and to sell online. That's kind of what I do.
Cool. And where did you born? What was your city? Was it Rio?
Yeah. I was born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, and I still live there, even though now we're in São Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah.
And I love Rio because, in my opinion, it's the best city in the world. Haters are gonna hate, but come on,
Of course.
it's just true, right? I really do love Rio, and that's it.
So, Victor was a lawyer. Amazing.
Don't tell anyone, come on.
Was a lawyer.
Come on.
So, first, how did it happen?
Well, I was born in Rio, as I told you, in a very traditional family, and I studied at a very traditional college. We would say college, it's school, right?
Yeah.
So after school, I went to college, and I just follow the path of the dreams of your mom and grandmother. I just follow the lead as the society expects from you. Hey, you must graduate in a nice college and do a nice thing. And then when I realized I was in the federal college of my city, UFRJ, UFRJ, or
Yeah.
something like that, studying law. And when I started that, even though now I don't like it, I kind of hate it, but when I started, it was something for me because I really thought I could change the world through law. I thought that working with law and studying law was like a way to get to the more, a more equal world, a more faithful world, a nice place to be and live. But somehow that didn't show up, like never. I really thought I would change the world doing what I love, what I used to love in fact, but by the middle of the college I already realized that, law wouldn't change the world, and it was more probably that they would change me if I stayed there. But I like things with beginning, middle and end. When I start something, I like to go to the end. So I went to the end of the college, I graduated, I sit the bar exam, and now I'm kind of a lawyer. I have an ID, a red ID, which says I'm a lawyer. I kind of pay every year to keep, I like it.
Do you still keep it?
Yeah, I still keep it
Wow.
because the picture
I
is
didn't know
very
that.
good. I really like the picture in the ID, and in small it's easy to use and carry, right? And you can have like 20% of discount in Japanese food restaurants. So totally worth it, right?
Yeah. So, when was your haha moment? Do you remember, like, were you at the beach? What? I don't know, watching the girls or something?
I wasn't the bitch. In fact, in the college I was studying marketing, not on college, but during college. But if I look to the outside shelves of my books, there were like a couple of books of law, but dozens of books on marketing and self-development. And then I realized that my thing wasn't law. My thing wasn't like touching people, inspiring them somehow, and that kind of reading gets me inspired to change the world. In a right way, in a good way. And I started just being present in the moment and sharing with people what I saw. But the worst part of it, because I was subscribing to everyone's list. You know, when you see an email, name, subscribe, I just subscribed to like dozens of email lists in thousands of different niches just to learn how people do that. Because I don't even have a dog, right? But I was in some dog training stuff just to see how they communicate. I said, I don't have a dog. How do those guys just put their message in a way that I feel touched? How come I don't even have a dog? Right? This kind of writing, so persuasive, which now I know is copywriting, that make us make something, that put us into action. And that's kind of attractive for me. And then I started studying, and then I became the best internet marketer of my room. was kind of crazy because even though I studied a lot, I didn't sleep, like never, always studying and getting more and learning. I mean, no results because I never did nothing. And I thought I was in movement. I thought I was progressing somehow, but I wasn't because I was in the information overload trap where you get to understand this and then you realize there is a couple of other things which you didn't know yet, and then you need to learn, and then you learn, and then you see there's another whole layer of things you must understand, you must figure out before you get into action. And then you learn more, and then you go, you're getting fat as I am, like with information, and never putting anything into practice. And then it clicked when I met Erico.
That was in 2007, 2008?
No, we are now in 2015. It was 2012. Yeah, 3 years ago, because it was the first marketing course that I had to pay for, and for me at the time it was big money. It was kind of all my money, and I only did that because of the 30-day money back guarantee. And then there was even a second guarantee, a conditional one. If I put everything into practice and didn't get the results, not only he would give my money back, but he also pay me 500 of their own money. And then I said, hey, I'm gonna get this 500 because I'm gonna put everything into practice. Remember, I was a lawyer, right?
Yes,
so I'm gonna do everything because I didn't feel like, oh, what if I do kind of everything and I miss one point? And he says, no, I won't give you your money because you didn't do that.
Exactly.
I said, well, I'm gonna make it, and then I just follow everything. And it happened, it worked. I started a guitar course and I wanted to sell 10 spots, and then I sold 11 because when I was trying to put out the button and put a waiting list, one guy bought in the middle of the time, right? So I got 11. And then I said, hey, Erico, I did it. It's working. What should I do right now? And he said, hey, why don't you double your price? And I did that and closed 10 more clients.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, you were talking about the books of marketing that you had in those times. Which mentors did you follow? Like I'm going to give you two areas.
Right.
One for marketing and one for self-development.
Right. Self-development is very easy. Napoleon Hill, that guy.
That's a good one. I was
Napoleon
expecting
Hill
another answer.
It's like amazing. Napoleon Hill is the one. I mean, the way he puts his words, it really touches me and inspires me. But can I say two names?
Yeah.
Napoleon Hill and T. Harv Eker, because before I had like any money, I was already improving my mindset in money, the way I think about money. And it was crazy because I could really understand that what differentiates people who earn lots of money and who doesn't is exactly, it's their actions, but it's also how they think. Because there are several people who earn lots of money but can't keep, right?
Yeah.
And there are some people who earn
Sabotage themselves.
crazy. And then I learned there is a thermostat. Just like your air conditioner, if it's cold enough, it turns off. And if it gets heat, it gets hot like it is right now, it turns on, right? There's a thermostat. So it never drops the temperature and it never goes too high, right? It's exactly with like our mind with money. You know, there's several millionaires and billionaires, like Warren Buffett, he's often like twice in his life he lost it all. But as soon as he lost it all, he goes back because his thermostat is up high. So I just started realizing that the amount of money you can have is more related to the way you think than anything else. So those guys, Napoleon Hill and T. Harv Eker, they helped me shape my mindset on that.
That's for self-development.
Marketing, I wasn't really aware of internet marketing yet on college. So what I did is that I studied all the sales guys. I can't put a name, but if the book was sales on name, but I can point one which would be also self-development, but was very action-driven. And I would say Dale Carnegie. How to make friends and influence people, I guess that's the name in English because I read in Portuguese. The title of this book sucks, right? I hate the title. But what it delivers is a way to communicate with people in a way that you get remembered and appreciated wherever you are. So that kind of helped me creating the how do you say, the fundamental things in the way I behave and the way I react and talk to people.
Wow.
So
wow.
that was very good for me.
So you still read today, right?
Yeah.
So
Now I read other guys, right?
Yeah. So what is the book that you are reading right now?
Right now, I'm kind of in between books because I got, well, the last book, you know, Ryan Levesque,
Yeah. Ask.
right? Ask. That book is amazing. Now we have the guys from, because
Ryan.
Ryan's amazing. By the way, now we have the minds of today writing books, because somehow I felt like was learning with genius of yesterday,
Yeah.
right? Napoleon Hill is dead.
Yeah.
T. Harv Eker is pretty alive, right? In fact, I met him. It was amazing, fantastic. The guy is crazy, right? But somehow he wrote this book like several dozens of years ago. I mean, it's been a lot of time. I don't know. That's the way I feel. Maybe
Yeah,
that's not even right, but that's how I feel. I was Dale Carnegie. He's long gone, right? So now we can learn with genius of today, like Brandon Burchard, like one of my biggest mentors, one of the guys that inspires me the most, and from who I learned like a lot. And he like Millionaire Messenger,
Yeah.
The Charge,
Motivation.
I mean, Motivation Manifesto, which by the way I was one of the top 10 affiliates,
Wow.
beating Frank Kern and all those guys. Was like crazy for me.
That's
crazy,
amazing. That's
crazy.
amazing. That's amazing.
636 copies sold.
Wow.
For people who doesn't even get English. Crazy, right?
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
really amazing. So you are changing your audience. You are changing.
Yeah. That's what
So,
and
you-
by the
you-
way, Jeff's
yeah.
books is like amazing. Launch.
Launch.
Yeah.
It's a great book. So you met those mentors. How what is your, let's go to tactics. What is your
Okay.
tactic to suck their knowledge? How do you do it?
Yeah, I have a secret on doing that, and the secret is being present. Because I often see in an audience,
Get out of your house, you know?
yeah, when you go to a lecture or a class or whatever, some people are just like lost on their own thoughts, right? What I like to do is before arriving, before going to a place, I write down what are the outtakes I want to take from it, what I want to learn, what questions I want to ask, and then I just write down maybe 3 spots or maybe 4 spots what I want to get from this weekend, for instance, right? Last time I spent like 2 days with Brandon. It was a $10,000 for 2 days, and I said, hey, what are the 3 main questions, for instance, right? So before I go to any course or even read a book, I try to see what am I trying to get from this, and then I don't keep looking at the questions. I just realize it's the questions and let it sink, right? And then I go to the course or whatever, and then I just be there. I mean, really be there,
Yeah.
and open and awaken and just getting what they teach, what they share. So that's my way of doing that. And then, like in the middle of the thing, if it's a 2-day thing, I go back to my questions and say, hey, I got those answered, yes or no. If I didn't, I just make them more present on me, and then I'll just ask. That's my way of getting the most I get from my trips and from my course. and stuff
I
like
just
that.
want to underline one thing that Victor said. Open. To be open. 'Cause
Yep.
sometimes we are caught in that expression. No, I know that. So
That's terrible shit.
Yeah.
Can I say bad words?
yeah, you can.
That's the worst thing you can do. That was the 3rd year in a row that I go to PLF, Product Launch Formula, in Arizona. By the way, that was your 2nd time,
Yes, it
right?
was my 2nd time.
Well, when you go to a course for the 3rd time, it's normal to have some things that are just gonna be repeated,
Exactly.
right? For the 2nd time, you heard it. The 3rd time, if you read the guy's books and stuff like that, most of the stuff you have heard before, and it's not right, it's not wrong. It's just it is what it is. You're gonna get information that's repeated.
Okay, so we had a minor technical issue, but no big deal. So we're talking about repetition, and I was going to say that repetition is the mother of all skills, like Tony Robbins usually says. And so, can you
There's
continue?
like, always going to be repetition, and I think there is 2 ways of dealing with that. One is taking that. Well, I know that. Well, you hear it again. So I know it. I know it. And if you do that, it's terrible because it gets like uncoachable. You cannot learn if you think you already know it. say, hey, I know it. And then you just don't take it. And the second way of dealing with this is the one I try to be at, is be at a place of emptiness and taking everything as new. Like, it doesn't matter if I heard like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years in a row, the same thing. I just take it as new.
Do you have a technique like, okay, let me be open?
That's the main thing. Being open and awake to the thing, and being like actively committed to getting everything as new. And the crazy part about it is that you get things as new, even though you heard it before, and somehow that fourth time or fifth time it strikes you in a different way.
Something in our brain, right?
Just different. Have you ever felt that you just heard it before, but now it's synced? Like now it's sunk, like it got you, right? So I just listen like new. That's what I do.
I hope you are taking some notes, okay? So, and we were in this live event, this amazing live event here in Brazil, in São Paulo. And first, what did you think about it?
It was amazing. No words to describe it. 2,500 people, like crazy. Like 3 years ago, it was like 100 people, and I could ever imagine like in 3 years it would get so big. Like it's crazy.
So, and I noticed that a lot of people came to you and say, "Hey, Victor, you changed my life," or "I did something that you told me a year ago," or first, how did you feel?
That's amazing, because that's the way you realize that what you're doing is right, and I'm on the right path. When I see someone sharing something with me, even when it's not even marketing related, something sometimes often like personal thing, which you just shared in the past, and somehow people got into action and made something different and got, as a result, something different. For me, that's crazy. I'm never gonna get used to it, never.
And that's very cool, because that's about impact lives, right? And because usually people think about internet marketing, for example, and they think about get rich quick.
Yeah.
So people must realize that this is a process, right?
Yeah.
This is a process that we have to work hard also. It's not like we are laying down on the beach and the money just coming to our pockets, right?
Yeah. You can't lay down on the beach.
Of course.
The money's gonna keep going to your pocket if you made the homework.
Yeah.
Right? And I never said it was easy. It takes time, it takes work, but when you do it, you created a funnel, and now you're getting money when you're in the beach, right? But I mean, often people sell the dream without showing what you must do, and what you must do is hard work. It's not easy, it's not piece of cake. In fact, now we have systems, we have methods and ways to do that. But still, it's not magic or like a pill you take and wow, now I figured it out. No, it's hard work, right? But it's a hard work which is worth it, because it pays, like long time. Not only on money, but on value.
What would be your first advice to those persons that they think about getting rich quick, right? Because probably they are in a place that in financial that they are stuck to it, to that or something like that. What would be your first advice to them to raise their standards?
Well, first, I tell them to work on their mindset, because the mindset is not related to what you get right now, but it's going to determine what you're going to get in the future. So you must have the mindset figured out. That's the main thing. That's the first thing. If you get it figured out, kind of everything is get arranged in a way that it's going to work. And I like to take baby steps one by one. Maybe if you look at Ricardo's business right now, maybe you can get overwhelmed. Oh, I must do that, I must do that, I must do that, and it's like too much. Sometimes information overload, or thinking that you must follow a kind of lead, it somehow get us in fear, and the fear often stops us from doing what we must do. So the best advice, in my opinion, is stop looking at what he's doing right now. Stop looking at your stage without looking at your backstage, right? Because your stage is amazing, right? You don't know what kind of tripod we're using to shoot this video. You cannot see his backstage. you're seeing his stage, and somehow if you look at his stage, maybe it's too much for you and you think you can't do. But what I can share is that you can, if you take baby steps, baby steps. Ricardo didn't just show up like this right now. He created what he is right now. So maybe the best advice is being present to the reality that we're always building what we're gonna become. And the Kaizen stuff you talked to me.
Yeah, that's
Right?
very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
better,
continuous,
like, every day.
continuous improvement.
Yeah.
That's huge. That was huge for me. And you have a mentoring group.
Yeah.
We were talking about that when we had the technical issue, and we see the people that are offline and online. So you see them on the screen, and so you have the live events and you have also the online events.
Yeah.
How do you balance them? How
It's
do you?
crazy, right? It's crazy because I love the internet, and I think you can give lots of value and transformation through the internet. I've touched like several thousands of people, and it's crazy. I could ever do that like presential, being in one place, right? But in the internet, you can have scale. If we're just recording this right now, I don't know how long it takes, but after the video is shot, it's shot, right? So how many people are gonna see this one time, two times, three times, without really even having to repeat it, right? We just did it once, and then they can see like how many times they feel like, and it's crazy because it can get to people like wherever in the world. So it's really amazing, and I really do see the internet as a way of touching and inspiring people like all over the world. But being in a live event, being able to touch people and see how people are, that's something on this. We're social animals, and the internet is very good in lots of things, but we cannot still touch people through the internet. And being in contact, being in touch, like being able to touch, that thing is crazy. You can, I guess, ever substitute that with the internet. And I really do believe that in live events is that's the best way to create transformation. Information, it's okay. It's like 100% you can do online, but transformation is kind of related to seeing people and seeing they're real, they're just like us. In the breaks, they all go to the restrooms. I mean, normal people, right? That's crazy, and
That's amazing.
that's crazy.
I had the privilege to be in the live event of Victor, and I was very, very honored, and I was touched how the people felt about you. So it was really, really amazing. Some of the testimonials made me a little bit crying. We say muscle sweating.
Yeah.
Muscle sweating.
Masculine sweat. Yeah, right? No tears.
No tears. And what was if you can remember, what was the case that really, really got into you? If you could elect one. I know that it's a tricky question,
I can't because in my mentorship group, you
Yes.
say in English, right?
I think it's
guess
mentoring.
mentoring group. It was crazy because I remember that one particular week we were celebrating 2 breakthroughs of 2 different people of the group. It's a very heterogeneous, you say that? Not homogeneous, heterogeneous.
Heterogeneous.
I don't know the
think
word in
that's
English.
the word. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say that on this group we have people with like
Very
multiple 6 figures in 7 days, and we have even people who are starting right now. And so it's not a balanced group, that mentorship group. There are differences between people, and it's okay. People who are beginning, people who are intermediate, and people who are advanced. And I have another mastermind group only with people who are advanced. And on that mentorship group, it's crazy because one particular week we were celebrating the first 6 and 7 of one particular member, right? 6 and 7 is 6 figures of revenue in 7 days. So more than 100,000 reais in 7 days. But on the same week, we were celebrating the first online sale of another member. And which one is a higher goal?
Yeah.
There's no
Different sales.
Which is more important? Maybe the first sale more important than the first 6 and 7. I mean, we cannot compare things because people are in different moments, right? So I can't point things and say that was the more amazing thing. but it's kind of hard. But one of my best case studies, if you consider the techniques and the increase of revenue in like 3 or 4 months, not weeks, months, it was probably Tati Gebrael. She came to the mentoring group with a 30,000 launch, 30,000 in 7 days. And after like 3-4 months of mentoring, she did the second launch and got 330 grand. So 330,000. So it was like 11x. 11x, not even 10x, 11x her revenue. It was amazing, but it's just revenue. But going beyond, it's not revenue, it's people touched.
Yeah,
so she got more students, like whole crazy thing.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
I had the
She
privilege
and
also
Renato,
to.
her
yeah,
husband,
yeah.
they're like amazing. They
I'm going to do one of
job.
her courses also.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And what she does is crazy, right?
Yeah.
She teaches people how to see better, how to look better, and stop using their glasses and starting seeing the world in a different world. I mean, different
It's
way.
unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And so, one of the big message here is get your tribe, right?
Yeah.
Because it's important that you are an entrepreneur that you are seeing this interview, and probably you are feeling lonely sometimes. So you have to gather this kind of and let's talk a little bit about
it doesn't matter
Mastermind.
how smart you are.
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
matter. You
Exactly.
can be very smart. But if you're the smartest people of the table in the wrong table, right?
Yeah.
So one of the best things that generated result for me is sitting on tables where I'm not the smartest people. It doesn't matter how smart you are, the group is gonna outcome you, right? Because the group can think better than you alone. So getting a group, getting our tribe, as you said, it's mandatory.
So Mastermind group, like we were discussing, is a huge important thing that we should have.
Definitely.
And well, I have the privilege now to belong to the Jeff Walker Flat Plus. And it's a game changer.
Yeah.
And I see that also the Eric's Plat that you belong are
amazing
people.
Yeah.
Amazing people. So so get one. So what are your goals for 2016?
2016 is gonna be like 2015, but on
steroids.
right? Because I just want to do exactly what I did, but in a way to impact more people. I don't want to create another product. I don't want to create another service. I just want to do exactly what I did in 2015, but in a better way, in the smartest way, and getting to reach more people and getting more impact and transform more people's lives.
That's amazing. So, Victor, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ricardo.
It's a big pleasure to meet you.
Great.
And where were there was a sentence that says that we are the average of 5 persons that we meet.
Yeah.
So Victor has improved my average.
Oh, come on, Ricardo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, and if you want to please comment this video and grab one thing that you think that is going to apply and to make a difference on your life. And I hope to see you in I don't know, live event. Just come to us, say hi, and just do something.
But I can just add one simple thing.
Yeah.
One of the ways of getting to someone's radar is commenting. People don't know that. If they knew how much we look at the comments, they would be amazed and thrilled because, I want to meet someone. I want to be more close to someone. But the comments, just like down here, it's a way of doing that, right?
Yeah.
I cannot ignore nice comments. Can you?
No.
So, just a hint.
You see, another tip. Sometimes you are wondering, how can I meet these people?
Yeah.
That's a very good tip. Very good tip. So, I hope you have a great week, full of energy and full of key. Thank you.
Woo! Right.